Creating SVG files is actually really easy if you have the right tools. The most important thing for creating SVG files is making sure that you have a great vector program. A vector program, simply put, is a program that's based more on math instead of pixels. While you can use apps and converters to create SVG files, it is a lot easier and you will have a lot more control over your end product if you use a true vector program. So there are three major vector programs that you can use. Inkscape is a free vector program. It offers basic vector capabilities and allows you to save out SVG files on a whim. Don't let that word basic fool you. There are several SVG designers that I know of that use Inkscape, and they run successful SVG businesses. Inkscape is really easy to navigate, which means that the learning experience and the learning curve inside of Inkscape is going to be a lot lower than some of the other higher end vector programs. Affinity Designer is another vector program. Now there is a one-time fee of $54.99, but once you purchase that, you don't have to worry about it again. If you're wanting to get your feet wet, you could start out in Inkscape and then later upgrade to Affinity Designer. They do run sales often, so if you want to sign up for their social media accounts or join their email list, you might be able to catch Affinity Designer when it is on sale. So my personal favorite is Adobe Illustrator. Now, Adobe Illustrator is a little bit different. It does come with a monthly subscription. The monthly subscription for Illustrator itself is $20.99. Now they do have other software where if you wanted to spring for their Creative Suite collection, you can actually get a lot of different programs. For me, for what I'm doing, it just made sense to go with the Creative Suite. The Creative Suite is actually $54.99 a month, but if you are a student or a teacher and you have that .edu student email address, you can get those programs for 60% off, which helps offset the cost of this program. It could almost be argued that Adobe Illustrator is kind of an industry standard when it comes to vector programs. So it was taught in both of the design schools that I went to, and it's also installed on a lot of computers inside of graphic design companies. I will be using Adobe Illustrator in any of the tutorials that I do on this channel. However, the same things that I teach inside of Illustrator can be applied to either of the other vector programs. When creating SVG files, depending on your end goal, you'll want to keep in mind personal and commercial use. Simply put, personal means you can use it for you, and commercial means that whatever product that you're selling at the end of the day, whether it's an actual physical product or you want to make money selling SVGs, you can use the fonts or graphics in those items that you're selling. So if you're looking to make money, you want to check into commercial licensing. More often than not, you'll find that commercial licensing comes with a price tag, but you can and should absolutely take advantage of the many websites that offer free commercial and personal use graphics and fonts. You can check out sites like Design Bundles, Font Bundles, Creative Fabrica, Font Squirrel, So Fontsy, our own site, just to name a few. Font Squirrel is actually a website that my professor turned me on to in college. It is filled with nothing but commercial use font. You can sort through many different categories, and it's really easy to find and pick what you're looking for. Another great website is Creative Fabrica. Creative Fabrica actually has a freebie section as well as a daily gifts option. Under their daily gifts, they actually give away every single day a free font, a free graphic, and then a free SVG. So it's an excellent way to start beefing up your collection of fonts and usable illustration. There's also Design Bundles and Font Bundles. Both of those websites have their own section on the website that's filled with nothing but commercial use freebies. They also have a weekly freebie. The free font of the week goes live every single Wednesday, and the free design of the week goes live every single Friday. In addition to the free things that all of those sites have to offer, you can also cash in on their $1 sale. Design Bundles has a $1 event at the end of each month, and come November, they're going to have their ultimate $1 event where there's going to be thousands of products. So it's honestly a thing that you need to mark on your calendar. Creative Fabrica also has $1 items, and a lot of the times you'll see that the things that were free fall over into the $1 section. Now these $1 events are limited times, so make sure that when you see something that you like, you grab it when it's there. As you collect your fonts and your graphics, it's a good idea to keep track of the information as far as like where you got it from and what licensing came with that. A simple Google Doc, a spreadsheet, or even the classic pen and paper will do wonders in making sure that you're maintaining accurate records. And to jumpstart your organization, I'm actually going to include my spreadsheet for keeping track of purchases down in the description below. And in the next video, we're going to go over the basics of creating an all-text SVG file.